Hello everybody, it's the 6th of February today, and I'm going to be repotting a willow, and well, you've already seen from the thumbnail rather, that a big old Pollard willow. And so what I'm doing is just getting some soil substrate, call it what you will, ready. Now there's a little bit in the bottom of the bucket from my alder mix, which was of a more organic nature anyway, and then I filled the rest of the bucket with equal parts of organic matter, in this case a multi-purpose peat-free compost, which has got some quite chunky bits in it, potting dirt, and then the kitty friend pink cat litter, which I was able to source online. Took a bit of doing, but I managed it. It was quite expensive, but not as expensive as a Hakadama or whatever. And does this, it sort of works as a replacement for that. Anyway, so all I'm doing is just mixing it up in this tray, and I find this is the best way to do it. Get my fingers in and just sort of make sure everything gets mixed together while it's dry. Once it's thoroughly mixed, just decant it all back into the bucket, and it's ready for use for these, or any willows that I might want to do. As I use a organic mix for the alder, but even more so for the willows. They are prone to die back if they dry out at all, even a little bit, I find. Apologies if I'm a bit croaky. I have a bit of a cold at the moment. Yeah, this tree's been growing in this large wooden box for several seasons now, and for the most part the trees are all fusing nicely, and I'm starting to build that knuckle that you get from a tree that's been pollarded for many years. So today I hope to wrestle it out of this pot and put it into this pot. You saw that I had for Christmas. I didn't feature this pot because I actually had it for Father's Day back in June of last year. So that was nice, and I've wondered what to do with it, and now I've decided the green will look nice against the new young yellow shoots. So that's what I'm going to do. It's actually coming out more smoothly than I had anticipated, which was nice. Given the amount of weed, it's absolutely chock full of root. So yeah, let's see if I can get this box out without knocking the camera over. This is worked really well, just made out of old pallet wood. Put that to one side, and I may find a tree to go in that at some point. As a growing on box, it's worked very well. I'm going to have to remove a lot of root to get it into this pot. So I think the best way to tackle that is with an old saw that I keep specially for root work. It hasn't fared well from being left out all the time, and I really don't want to cut myself with it. I'm fairly certain my tetanus shots are up to date, thankfully. I should be keeping my fingers well back out of the way. That's one slice of the cake. And there's a second. Don't do this with your best toast, folks. And slice number 4. That's reduced the root ball quite considerably. I'm going to take a bit off the bottom and off the top. It should fit back into the pot, or into its new pot. Okay, so hello, you decided to come on, say hello to people. Can you wave? Can you wave? Can you wave? No, you can't. You can wag your tail and you can try and climb up on the bench, which probably isn't the best idea. Can you wave paw? Good boy. Good boy. That's kind of a wave. That's kind of a wave. Good boy. Right, can I get on with this now? Are you waving again? Yeah, no, I haven't got anything. Let me stop recording. I'll go and find you a treat. Back to it. And you're there again. And I have got a pocket full of treats now, and he knows it. So you might just see a little bit more of him than usual. Giddy dog. Anyway, move some of this fat off the bottom. I'm not seeing any particularly big roots, lumpy roots to worry about. So that's better. I'm going to keep the bottom nice and flat, so if I don't worry so much about air pockets and the like. I want to remove some of this moss and such from the surface, expose a few roots, and maybe get the tree sitting a little higher in the pot than I did before. I'm starting to get some nice radial roots, and as you can see the trees are much more fused at the base than it is at the top, and indeed I have a big hollow in there, but that's okay because you often get a lot of rot setting at the top of these old pollard willows that you see by the score here near the Somerset Levels where I live, and that's what I want to achieve, something that looks like it's been pollarded for 100 years. And again, slowly. Let's try it in the pot for size. Not bad. I think I'm going to take a little more off around the edge, just so I can get in a bit more fresh substrate. So I've took another couple of centimetres off all around, and that gives me plenty of space there. Plenty of space there for the tree to fit in. So let's do it. Okay, so drainage screens are in, and put in a base layer of the ready mixed substrate. Just try that for size. Not bad. Not bad at all. Going to put some controlled release fertilizer in the top layer of this bottom layer, if that makes sense. I want, as it's watered, the feed to go down into the pot, not out of the holes. I'm going to put in a little bit more over top of that, just to lift the tree a little bit higher. Okay, think that will probably be enough. Now I'm just going to work the tree down so that it's completely settled. I'm happy with its position in the pot. I like that that it's kind of leaning over to the left, or indeed to the right, depending on which front you want to use. And I see this tree as having pretty much two fronts. This is the most fused side, so yeah, wait, let's call this the front for now, for the sake of argument. And then it's just a question of filling in the soil. Using my favourite little scoop, come dibber. A little more fertiliser around the edge. Encourage those roots out into that freshness. Happy there that there's no air gaps, and I'm now just going to give it a little sort of top dressing over the top of the old soil, just to make it look a bit more uniform as it does. Well, just for the aesthetics of it, really. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. Tree's a little bit central in the pot, front to back, but it doesn't bother me as much as it does some people. Okay, so we'll give it a drink and then we'll come back and we'll trim the top. In years gone past, with these long sort of straight shoots that were harvested from these old trees were used as, you know, all sorts of fence spindles and for turning on lathes, nice straight lengths, fence posts, thinner ones, you know, would get used to be woven into baskets and trugs and all sorts of things. I don't think they do that so much around here these days. In fact, they're usually trimmed by a tractor and a flail rather than any sort of precision. But at least they haven't just sort of destroyed them or ripped them out of the hedgerows and things. A couple of dead pieces there. Oh no, that's not dead. That bit is. And oh no, it is dead. I'm going to take it out. That's better. Right. And then that's it. I'm just going to go around, trim all these off. The tree will sprout and grow again, and sprout and grow again. In the meantime, all these pieces will hopefully, well, the bits that are still alive, will fuse. So there you have it with the canning for scale. As I say, pretty much got two fronts, well, it's still got a ways to go with fusing, but it's getting there slowly but surely, as is that picture of a pollarded willow. I will endeavour to capture either some video or maybe just some photos down the road of some of the pollarded willows nearby me, so you can see what, and insert that. So you can see what I'm talking about, and insert that here. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too much. As you can see, this one has just been roughly hacked back. Some of these others that are more hedged and pollards have been just flailed within an inch of their life. And then on this side of the road, you've got those that haven't been touched yet. So they're obviously working their way up and down the road. Just quickly before I finish, you may ask yourself, why don't I use all these trimmings to make another fusion project? And the answer to that is, well, you know me, I might, but that's exactly what I did the last time, and they've been sat in this bucket of water, in this large pot, well, ever since. I've kept them very wet, and they've been growing, and my thought process is I'm going to do another pollard with these. There are some dead pieces mixed in with it, which I'll have to pull out, and then I'll put the whole thing into that wooden box and put it on for a couple of years in the same way. I'll do that off camera so as not to bore you, but yeah, I don't like to waste the trimmage. That's about it. Thank you all for watching, I really do appreciate it. Do all the usual YouTube things, like, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you think, but most of all, please stay safe everybody.